All right. Welcome back. I'm actually going to take another attempt at trying to defeat Kennedy. I think I figured out what one of my mistakes was. I think I found that I did better when I tracked close to basically defending what the um, the Eisenhower administration did. So instead of I'm going to be a lot less critical of Eisenhower, this time around than I was in my first attempt. So, I think for that reason, so we're gonna see if that ends up working out. We'll keep same things as before, and we'll see if this ends up working out differently. What kind of tone will you attempt to set in your campaign this fall? I'm gonna go with this one, and we're probably gonna see if that works. Um, yep. What do you have to say about the selection of Henry Cabot Law Jr. as your running mate? Uh, say, oh, yeah, they'll go do this. Henry Cabot Lodge represents the future of the Republican Party and represents my own views as well. I'm looking forward to governing with him for the next 4 years. Yep. See, where are things standing right now? No. No. Okay, sorry, I don't know what that's going on here, but let's see. Um, things are looking right now. I know eventually the debate's going to come around, and it's going to change things a lot. But let's start with Illinois. They are hawkish on the Cold War, moderate civil rights, moderate on the economy, pro-Catholic, and health, moderate on healthcare. Okay. Are you satisfied with the economy and the economic policies of this country over the past 8 years? Uh, we are on the right track economically. We can't deny that there was a recession in 1958, but the recovery has been strong. In 1960, we'll see a very high rate of growth in this country. Um, there was a recent effort in Congress to pass a program to provide medical care to elderly Americans, but it was narrowly defeated. Will you make a further push for this type of program as president? Uh, I will redouble our efforts on this front. Too many of our nation's elderly are unable to afford decent medical care in their advanced years. We're definitely going against Republican Congress on this issue, but it could work to your benefit. Um, okay, so I've dropped a little bit, but still things that I think are looking pretty good. I'm gonna say uh, let's try California. I'm already ahead there, but do you believe that current levels of defense spending are adequate? We can always find areas for improvement, but we have successfully defended the United States and our allies from numerous communist threats over the past 8 years. Is the United States adequately prepared to defend against the Soviet threat today? We can never be fully satisfied, but we have certainly held our own in the Cold War over the past 8 years compared to what we were doing during the compared to where we were during the Korean War. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, that I think thus far that seems to be working out a bit better for me. Uh, let's go to North Carolina. Do you believe the United States is adequately prepared to defend against the Soviet Union threat over the next 10 years? I'm as satisfied as I can be. With sound defense policies and strong economic growth, we should continue to maintain our advantage over the Soviet Union. To what extent will you make your experience as vice president a theme of your campaign against the youthful Kennedy? This needs to be a key centerpiece of our campaign. Our current president is widely popular, and I can easily make the case that I was a central part of his administration. Uh, yeah, no, this is working a lot better for me so far. You know, is defending my record as vice president. So let's go to New Jersey. They're hawkish on the Cold War, moderate on civil rights, the economy, and healthcare, and they're pro-Catholic. Okay. At a campaign stop today in Harlem, your running mate Henry Cabot Lodge Jr. seemed to make a promise that your administration will appoint a black cabinet member. Do you stand by his statement? Uh, I can't make any promises about our cabinet at this point, but I support the sentiment of this statement. I'll just put you in a tight spot with the statement unless you intend to run a very progressive campaign on civil rights. Southern Republicans are insisting that you visit. Let's see what did that do? Uh, yeah. Okay, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Southern Republicans are insisting you visit their region extensively during this campaign, claiming that Kennedy will be vulnerable in some states. What are your thoughts? Um, I can't make promises in advance about where I will or won't visit. Actually, you know what? Let's try this one. I agree. We can definitely split the South if we can make a strong play for it this year. I will visit extensively. This obviously helps in the South, but it hurts you in other areas. Some towns insist on playing Dixie at your campaign events and other such things. Ooh. Oh yeah, that was not a good answer. I mean, which means I think the most logical thing would be, let's go back. Let's actually go to Illinois. Anti-Catholicism has been a huge issue thus far in the campaign, with hundreds of pamphlets and leaflets being distributed across the South and Midwest. Do you have any comment? I wouldn't. I honestly, I'd rather that people didn't bring this issue up. People know that Kennedy is Catholic, and this can only galvanize the support from that sector. Let's stay clear of the Catholicism issue. Anyone who thinks it's important in this election already knows about it. Did Dwight Eisenhower do the right thing when he sent federal troops to Little Rock to ensure the integration of the high school there? I believe that Eisenhower did what he had to do in this case to make sure the decisions of our Supreme Court are enforced. Hey, yeah, no, that's looking better. Uh, you know what? Where to go next? Let's try Nevada. There have been a large number of sit-ins recently where Black students and activists are sitting at whites-only lunch counters and department stores to advocate for desegregation. Do you support this movement? I support the civil rights movement, but I'm a little concerned about the disregard for the law that some of these activists have shown. Should the United States apologize to the Soviet Union for the controversy surrounding the downed U-2 spy plane and surrounding espionage? Um, Absolutely not. We cannot show weakness in the face of the Soviet threat, and the Paris summit collapsed from the intransigence of Nikita Khrushchev. I think yeah, that usually that kind of stuff plays well for me, and I'm still doing well. I just know the worst is still to come. So let's keep it. Let's go to Missouri. Anti-Catholicism continues to be an issue. Major newspapers have published a statement by 150 Protestant clergy, including Norman Vincent Pale, opposing any Catholic expression. Do you have any comment? Not particularly. Our campaign would prefer to move on to other issues, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, exactly. There has been a proposal for a series of television debates between you and Kennedy. Is this something you are interested in? Oh boy, this tends to be the point where the campaign just falls apart. Let's see. I've been a champion debater my entire life. I'd be happy to go against Kennedy on TV. Kennedy was the clear winner in the first debate. It looks like he's received a bump in the polls. Yeah, yeah. This is where things tend to go to pot. Uh, but so I mean, gotta be really choosy where we go. Let's go to North Carolina. Let's see if we can save this. What is your position on the power of labor unions in the United States? We should be vigilant. We should be vigilant against labor union excesses, and the Taft-Hartley Act was a good start. I believe that we should keep that law in place. Do you believe that Cuba has been lost to the communists as of this time? If so, do you think it is partially the fault of the United States? Um, we will defend our basic Guantanamo and do anything else necessary if Cuba continues its hostility. However, it is too early to make a conclusive determination at this point. Does that help? Yeah, not really. Okay. Hmm. I think we should we need to find a way to turn this thing around. Um, what is your opinion on the current level of education funding in the United States? Will you increase federal education funding even amid higher taxes or a larger budget deficit? Um, Education is a key front in our battle with communism, and that includes adequate pay and respect for our nation's teachers. I would support additional federal spending on this. This isn't a good response for the majority of your party. Hmm. Do you believe that the islands of Quemoy and Matsu let's see, what did that do? Did that help me? But yeah, no, it did help me. Do you believe that the islands of Quemoy and Matsu should fall within the United States defense perimeter in Asia? I do believe we should defend these islands. We are committed to the defense of Taiwan, and that commitment must include all of Taiwan to be credible. This is a good answer for this situation. Uh, yeah, yeah, no, but it didn't help me. It's not helping me. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. We need to go on the offense, and I think California is going to be a critical state here. We cannot win without this state. Currently, the highest income tax bracket plays a rate of 91%. We work harder to cut taxes as president. Um, I would be open to this depending on how the economy goes in the next year or two. What would you do as president to combat increasing unemployment in America's industrial cities? If we could, if we continue our current economic policies, the economy should continue to recover into the 1960s, and we will see a rebound in our employment rate. Uh, yeah, that doesn't appear to be helping me. This is not good. You know, where Illinois slipping, so we really need to go there. Recently, Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested at a sit-in in Atlanta and has now been sentenced to 4 months in prison for failing to get a Georgia driver's license after moving to that state. Do you have any comment or action you would like to take? Let's make a call to Mrs. King to offer our condolences. Uh, um, let's make a call to Mrs. King to offer our condolences, and let's demand the release of Mr. King. You and Kennedy are both making public statements, and it seems like people outside the South are generally upset at King's imprisonment for such a trivial offense. That's going to hurt me in the South, I figure. Eisenhower has his own responsibilities as president, but he is able to hit the trail for the last week of the campaign. He will obviously provide a huge boost wherever he appears. I want Eisenhower to focus on the Midwest because, yeah, numbers are not looking too good right there. Yeah, so let's do that. Obviously, this helps the Midwest, but you're also getting a little bump nationally from the popularity of Eisenhower. Um, okay, yeah, no, I have an idea of what I'm going to do for next time, but we're going to go to Texas. Where will you spend your final day before the election? Um, I'm going to say let's look at the map here. Honestly, we're going to travel to California and the West Coast, see if that could stick. Everything is going well except for an unfortunate incident in Texas, which is giving Lyndon Johnson some good publicity there. Good luck tonight. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna win this. I have an idea of how I'm going to be able to win this next time. I think there's a very different decision that I'm going to have to make, and I think I know where it's ultimately going to be. But yeah, I think next time around, I might want to consider not debating Kennedy because it seems like he's going to do really well in that debate. Uh, so I'm going to give that a try next time around and see how that goes. So I've got Kentucky and Indiana. Um, Looking at Illinois, I'm looking at a number of states here. Um, yeah, yeah, okay. So far, not that many big surprises. Um, we got in Virginia. We won Ohio. Um, Keep an eye on here. Tennessee's gone our way. We didn't win Connecticut though. I'm actually curious. Oh, we lost Illinois. That's not good. That is not good. And yeah, I don't think we've won this. North Carolina's also gone Kennedy's way. I think it's going to be closer than last time, but I'm not too optimistic about this year. Goodness. But Florida went our way, so that I mean, it's an improvement. I mean, this is actually, yeah, no, the Midwest is not going our way, so I'm not too confident here. Um, okay, we won Oregon. He won Nevada though. He won California. That's it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this thing. Yep. With the final, let's look for the final result here. Actually curious about these two remain. We won Missouri, but he won South Carolina. I think that's roughly closer to I think what it was the last time. But yeah, let's go to the final results. A lot of people think this election was yours to lose, and party operatives are already whispering that Nelson Rockefeller will be the front runner in 1964. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna try. It was a lot closer this time, so I think I made the right decision to stand by um, Eisenhower. So I'm gonna play again, and I'm gonna try something different here, and we're ultimately gonna see if this ends up helping. 19 no not sorry not 64 that I wouldn't have a prayer of winning that, but yeah, 1960, this is actually, I believe, this might be the I'm not sure if it's the closest election in American history, but it was pretty darn close. No, I don't want to be Kennedy. So we're going to stick with Henry Cabot Lodge. If that doesn't, if it doesn't work this time, I'm gonna try. I might try a different running mate. Let's see, what kind of tone will you attempt to send in your campaign? Yeah, this is pretty obviously. I want to do that. Um, it represents the future of the Republican Party. That's pretty standard. So thus far, things are looking pretty good for me. It's I might cut ahead, uh, to the point where I get to the question about the debate, but I'll let you know where things go. All right. Now, there's been a proposal for a series of television debates between you and Kennedy. Is this something you're interested in? Let's be honest with ourselves. Kennedy is great on television, and he did very well debating Hubert Humphrey in the primaries. We should probably avoid this. Eisenhower advised you to avoid a debate with Kennedy, and you accept that advice. Voters are a little upset that you won't appear, but it could always be worse. Let's see, what did that do? Oh, okay. So it doesn't hurt me as badly as it did, but it does hurt me. So, but this is once again a competitive race. It's still a very competitive race as opposed to the collapse that can be suffered the last time around. So collapse that Nixon suffered the last time around. So let's see if we can recover this thing. Let's start with a visit to South Carolina. Why don't we try to see maybe what is your opinion on the current level of education funding in the United States? Will you increase federal education funding even if it meant higher taxes or a larger federal deficit? We need to minimize the federal funding of education even in block grants. It could easily open the door to federal control of our schools. Let's see, how did that work out? Oh, didn't change that much. I mean, the previous answer I gave would have been better. So let's see. We're actually going to focus on Oh, sorry. Do you believe? Yeah. You know what? Let's say it wouldn't be responsible for me to comment at this point. First, and I will consult with our military leaders to determine what is appropriate. Let's try it. Let's see maybe if we give that answer. Uh, let's see. What did that? Okay, that didn't help me. Uh, um, we need to go back to California. I think this is where we need to focus on. What would you do as president to combat increasing unemployment in cities? Okay, we need to shake this up. So we need lower taxes, fewer regulations, a smaller federal government. Um, yeah, I mean, oi, 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 oi. This is not going to go my way, is it? We're going to go to Michigan. Um, yeah, I think the call does help. Um, um, let's see where the map. What's the map looking at here? Hey, oy vey. Why don't we send him to the south? Um, up and down the eastern seaboard. Uh, yeah, I'm not liking this. Um, let's go to Florida. Maybe we can put that state back into play. Um, where am I going to focus on more? I need the Midwest. I need the Midwest. So I'm going to focus on there. Let's see if that helps. I honestly don't think that helped. Let's see here. Oh, there goes Illinois. Yeah, I don't think I've won this thing, honestly. And we lost New Mexico. We won Florida, though, and Ohio. Oh, we didn't win Wisconsin, though. The Midwest is a bit not as going the way I hoped. We won Nevada, too. There goes Michigan. I'm running out of states here. Oh, he won California. That's it. Yep. Um, looks like those even closer last time, though. So obviously, I made the right decision to not engage in the debate. But I think I may have made some other poor decisions as well. So I think I might um, make some different decisions next time. So we'll see how attempt number four goes. For attempt number four, first big change I'm making is I'm going to pick Nelson Rockefeller as my running mate. Let's see. He's the well-known and popular governor of New York. Currently, he refuses to serve as vice president. However, if he was given assurances that he is the Republican heir apparent and additional promises that Nixon will run as a liberal Republican with a strong stance on civil rights, he might be persuaded. With Rockefeller on the ticket, victory in New York will be nearly assured, as will defeat in the South. So let's see. Let's actually look at some. You know what? Honestly, Everett Dirksen sounds like he would be more my guy. So let's try that. Maybe that'll help. We're gonna try this with Dirksen. We're gonna continue our policy of like standing by our record as Eisenhower's vice president. Everett Dirksen is a mainstream Republican who represents the direction that our party should take moving forward. Um, why don't we try? So there was a recent effort in Congress to pass a program to provide medical care to elderly Americans, but it was narrowly defeated. Will you make a further push for this type of program as president? I prefer a slightly different program, offering health insurance to the elderly that they can choose to purchase. The proposed program was mandatory and also covered only those by the social and also covered only those covered by the Social Security Act. Uh, okay, yeah, that I think yeah that was okay. We'll see how that goes. So Southern Republicans are insisting that you visit their region extensively during this campaign, claiming that Kennedy will be vulnerable in some states. What are your thoughts? Why don't we try this one? There are too many competitive states around the nation. To keep our entire party engaged, I pledge to visit all 50 states during this campaign. Oh boy. We'll see how that ends up. What did that do? Uh, okay, so I think it took a hit, but I'm so far doing okay. Yeah, the Catholicism issue has it's been a bit of a tricky thing for me because I need support from the South, or at least some states in the South, and this is I would just assume that these voters would come naturally to me because whoever is anti-Catholic is going to go for me anyway. I feel like there's no need to attack him on this issue, but it's interesting. Actually, no, North Carolina is indifferent on the issue, so Yeah, no, it's a bit of an interesting thing how Georgia is going solidly for Kennedy because Democrat, but yet he's anti-Catholic. I also find it funny that on the economy and healthcare, Georgia is very liberal. That will never cease to be amusing for me, given someone who lives in the current era. I don't have a prayer here. Um, I think we should try to shore up stuff in Illinois. I think that my vice president could make things, interesting. It's still gotten really competitive though. All right, here's the debate question. Let's be honest with ourselves. Kennedy is great on television, and we're going to see what that does. Uh, let's see what did that do. I'm very curious about what this did. Still a competitive race, but I'm down. Uh, I mean, it's obviously the best answer I could have taken, but we'll see if this ends up happening. I am supportive of the civil rights bill and will work with Congress to get one written and passed. This is a question I haven't gotten before, but I'm gonna say yeah, I'm supportive of civil rights. Uh, that not, I mean, that do that didn't do me any favors. Oh my goodness. I need to turn this thing around. So this is a farm subsidies question. This is one I haven't gotten yet. This is going to be interesting. I'm actually curious to know what California is like. Some of these issues. They're moderate on the economy. Um, is 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 there anybody, by the way, I'm actually curious about something. Is there anyone who is not hawkish? Is there any state that is not hawkish when it comes to the Cold War? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. This is this being hawkish on the Cold War is not going to be a vote. Is going to be a vote winner everywhere. Uh, so anyway, subsidies, farm subsidies. I think these programs need to be phased out over time, but in such a way that don't bring sudden instability to our nation's foreign policy. Farmer issues aren't as important to voters as they once were, but some do still depend on these subsidies. What did that do for me? I'm assuming that, yeah, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. But yeah, so I'm going to stick with this answer on education being a key front in the battle with communism. It's not a good response for the majority of our party, but it does help me out electorally. That's been a bit of a consistent thing. We need to get Illinois back in play. The Taft-Hartley thing doesn't seem to be helping out for me. I'm going to be wondering if next time around if I should, be even to be even anti-labor union. I'm going to wonder if that's going to help me out. We need to dispatch an armed garrison to these islands to make sure there is no mistaking our commitment to our fight against communism. I'm actually wondering if that might be a better way to phrase this answer. Um, let's see, did that help? I think I found a better way to answer that question. So that's how I'm going to answer it going forward. Now, back in the lead. Um, this is going to be interesting here. Um, so we're going to make the call here. Uh, let's see where are things standing right now. Uh, hey, 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 hey. Um, well, I need the West Coast. California is absolutely necessary. Um, Now the question is where am I going to strike? This is looking really close. Oh yeah, no, I'm like just short, just shy. Um, I think I could win this theoretically without California, but it's going to depend. Like I'm going to go North Carolina. Where will you spend your final day before the election? I am going to say Texas and this. Let's see. Um, you know, honestly, if I'm honestly speaking here, I think California and the West Coast is probably what's going to win me this thing. It's too close for comfort, but I need California, uh, and I'm hoping it lands for me. We'll see if I ended up making better decisions here. I won Pennsylvania. I'm ahead. Oh, I took Texas. I'm actually wondering if I could actually pull this out here. California's. I'm going to need California. I'm go. Oh, but I didn't win Illinois. That's not good. Um, let's see. Oh, I didn't win California. I need North Carolina. Oh, this is really close. This is. Oh, I don't think there's an overall winner. I think there's no overall winner. Oh, wow. It's a deadlocked electoral college. Wow, wow. Nice. I finished with 264, Kennedy 259, and then let's see. What was the closest one? Let's see. It's none of those. Illinois. Illinois. If I just won Illinois, I or any of these Midwestern states, I neglected. I unfortunately neglected the Midwest, and I focused too much on California. Yeah. Let's see. Democrats have an advantage in the House of Representatives, so you are probably in bad shape. However, a lot depends on how Kennedy deals with Harry Byrd. It's possible that some kind of deal will need to be struck for any candidate to get a clean majority in the House. All right, so for next time around, I'm thinking I want to. I think I made a better choice of VP, and I think I want to maybe focus more on the Midwest. Let's try it again. Definitely did better that time. So is the United States adequately prepared to defend against the Soviet threat today? I'm going to try this answer. I'm satisfied with our progress over the past few years. We have prevented further expansion while avoiding any major wars. What did that? Okay, that was an okay answer to give. So on the question of visiting the South, I'm going to say I can't make any promises in advance about where I will or won't visit. Didn't do me any favors in the South though, but I mean I'm still doing well. We're going to focus a lot on the Midwest actually. I'm actually going to try something interesting here. Did Dwight Eisenhower do the right thing when he sent federal troops to Little Rock to ensure the integration of a high school there? He absolutely did. And I would like to see further action to desegregate our schools and enforce our civil rights. That won me no favors in North Carolina. And yeah, I did take a hit. But thus far, I don't think the South is. Florida, though, is something I'm going to need. So we'll have to see. Oh, I mean, I take a hit, but like I don't know how well it could have gone. I feel this election slipping away from me. Although, no, it's coming back. Oh, this time that answer hurt me. Ugh. The answer about education being key to fight didn't help me. We're gonna go back to Michigan. Oh yeah. This is not good. Uh, let's make a public comment criticizing this arrest. And so, on the question of Martin Luther King's arrest, we're going to make a public comment criticizing this arrest. How did that help? How did that help? That helped a lot, actually. I am back. Um, let's see. This election is going to be won in the Midwest, and I'm absolutely going to focus there. Hmm. This is really close. I feel like victory is within reach, but I honestly believe the the way we're going to win this is focusing on the Midwest. That this really could go either way. We are going to focus on the Midwest. All right, let's see if that helped change things. Oh, I didn't win Pennsylvania. Uh, oh, I didn't win Wisconsin. Oh no. I need to take some wins here. Oh, California didn't go my way. Ugh, no, I think I've lost this. Yep. Not sure entirely what went wrong here. Okay, yeah, no. I needed California. Yeah, no, I needed California, and it just fell short here. Oh well. Yeah, no, I mean, I think I don't know. Maybe I was right to focus on the Midwest, just that I also need to focus on the Southwest as well. So I think there are ways to figure this out. But I mean, this was really interesting to play. I really enjoyed this, and I hope to do more of this. So thanks so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys with possibly with another video sometime. But I really love the new campaign trail. I really recommend that y'all go check it out because it's honestly really fun to learn more about history and how elections typically happen.